Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today I am here with Testerisdone. Say hi.
Hello again.
And today we're going to be covering if Joe Biden
Take number 3.
It is take number 3. Today we're going to be covering if Joe Biden is going to drop out from the 2024 presidential election. Now, for the longest time, it seems that Joe Biden has been the guaranteed Democratic nominee. He is, in fact, the incumbent. However, and he was showing a lot of signs of age. However, what we were told was that it was just, like, physical age, and that he was still mentally sharp, and that he just has a stutter. And then the debate happened, and he kind of fumbled the bag. He did really, really bad. He couldn't spit out, like, a single word without hitting the, or the, like, he's like a gaffe machine at this point, and you could, at the very least, make the argument at that time that when he doesn't have a teleprompter, it's bad, but when he does, at least it's okay. And then he's had multiple press conferences since then where he's had a teleprompter, and he's still messed it up, like with the battle box. So, it's just not getting good. It's clear to, like, most Americans at this point that he actually is mentally declining. And, you know, it seems like ever since the debate, more and more Democrats have just been calling for him to drop out. And the main reason for that is simply because they cannot win the election. The reason Joe Biden was nominated in the first place was simply because he was the only man who could beat Trump. Now look at this map. This is the Real Clear Politics No Toss-Up States Electoral College map, and it has freaking Virginia going red. That is insane. This is like their aggregate. And the polls have just not been kind to Biden. You can make the argument that polls tend to underestimate incumbent presidents. However, this is literally outside the margin of error. So it just looks really, really bad. And although my prediction doesn't necessarily have a state like Virginia going red, it still has Donald Trump at 312 electoral votes, which is crazy. That'd be an incumbent president losing. So today we're going to be covering our like how we think, or if we think Joe Biden is going to drop out. I think it will. I think he will. Tester thinks he will not. And I'm going to start off with, it looks like he is going to lose the election. And you also see a bunch of other Democrats have actually been calling for him to drop out. And it started off with like low-level representatives. However, it's actually gotten worse and worse to the point now where, you know, key Democrats like Barack Obama, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Hakeem Jeffries are all at the very least meeting with Biden to tell him he cannot win this election. And that is bad, because those are basically the four most important Democrats in the entire country. And if they are telling you need to drop out, that should be a sign.
Am I supposed to speak now? Because I disagree with that. I think a lot of this news is wrong. Because, first of all, seen this a lot. Most people, most commentators, it's trendy to say that you dislike Biden, but you dislike Trump more. And I think we're seeing this move into the House. Like, a lot of these people are calling for Biden to drop out, especially in the House, are safe district Dems. Like the guy from Texas, he's not worrying about his re-election. A lot of these people from California, there's no chance they lose re-election. And the swing state Democrats are still staying silent or even supporting him. Which I think goes to show that there is no alternative to Biden who is better. Harris would be a worse nominee, especially for the suburbs. And even with Biden's mental decline, solely based on him being the incumbent and being seen as, like, somewhat related to Obama, that's the only reason why he has any appeal. But that's much, much more appeal than any of the alternatives. There's also questions about who will be on the ballot, since Wisconsin and Nevada, you cannot have someone else on the ballot for those states. And Georgia, I think, is coming up very soon, which that puts Trump at 267, which means there's no margin for error for any other candidate who replaces Biden. And, like, to replace Biden, it would be so hectic. Like, there's plans. I think it was Charlie Clerk who said that they're going to open up the Democratic convention. The chaos that would garner would doom any chances of Democrats winning. So like this argument of, oh, Biden's going to lose. Yeah, but anyone else is going to lose more. And also another thing with these people like Schumer, Pelosi, they're asking him to reconsider his campaign, which that means nothing. Like that means, oh, look at it again, and then he says, I can win, and then they say, okay. So I think, Sammy, you need to go back to elementary school. It's just my thoughts.
That's very sweet. I mean, yeah, I think there are some good points there. I think the only, I think the only, like, non-hectic way Biden could do it would be to, like, make an announcement where he's saying himself that he's going to drop out and that he's going to endorse Kamala Harris, which would be, like, the least chaotic way, where, like...
But it'd still be chaotic.
There wouldn't be infighting, you know? The most infighting there would be for vice president. I'm not gonna lie. Because at this point, Biden is like the only person that strongly wants, the only important Democrat that strongly wants to stay in the race. Basically, everyone else is at least indifferent.
Yeah.
So I don't think there'd be much pushback. And from what I've seen, the average Democrat really thinks that Kamala Harris would be better. I mean, she is well known from her approval rating. I mean, she is well known from being vice president, and like she can string a sentence together, which is a very low bar. However, it is the bar.
Yeah,
and
you can't string too many together. You heard her speak.
I mean, she can kind of do it. Better than Biden.
She's not the wordsmiths.
Okay, so it seemed like things were getting better because like the RNC was starting and a lot of media coverage was starting to like go away from Joe Biden and instead start to focus on the RNC, especially also after the Trump assassination attempt. And a lot of people thought like, okay, this is the distraction they need to like keep Biden on the ballot. But like yesterday, Joe Biden tested positive for COVID, which brought all the media attention back, and it made everyone like reassess it again, and it made things even worse for Biden, and it reflects in the betting markets where you can see Kamala Harris is at 65%. Wait, let me refresh it. Yeah, 65%, which is actually insane. In fact,
I mean,
Biden's in third here, which is kind of crazy. This isn't necessarily like the beholder of the truth, but betting markets are somewhat useful because people are putting money where their mouths are. They're not just predicting to predict; they're predicting to make money or to lose money. And I mean, she's winning. Your response?
The betting markets are way too susceptible to like the public narrative. Like 2020, the public narrative was, oh, Trump's gonna lose in a landslide. Ohio's competitive, Iowa's competitive, Florida's competitive. So people bet that way because that was what the news was feeding them. 2022 was the exact opposite. People were betting money on Republicans winning Pennsylvania by like 20%. People were betting money on Maggie Hassan losing to Don Bolduc. Like, these people are betting money on it because they've been told that it will happen. So the news, like, especially the press, just loathes Biden. Like, I think everyone agrees that, like, the press hates Biden more than the average voter.
Oh, yeah.
Or more than the average Democrat voter. So, like, when people see the press just constantly bashing him, they're going to...
We saw a report saying that Biden actually asked his advisors if Kamala Harris can win.
That was today.
That was what?
That report was today. That report was today, right? It was like...
Yeah, the betting markets
update.
It's
10:58 p.m.
Yeah, the betting markets update real time.
It was 10:58 p.m. Yeah, but like,
Oh no.
most of Kamala Harris's lead was from yesterday. It was from the COVID case. So, like, one random report didn't affect this market that much. Most of Kamala Harris's lead is built on this COVID case, which, like, isn't. Biden getting COVID does not decrease his odds of being the nominee by 50%, like people say. Like, these
Yeah.
people are just, they're so reactive. Like, especially with the money, they're so likely to sell the second that there's bad news. They're so likely to buy more shares the second there's good news. That, like, you're having, this is like, this is a oh my god. This is a financial crisis like, just waiting to happen. Because the second there's good news for Biden, the market flips on its head. So, like, if we're going to have this conversation every time Kamala Harris is at 65% of the betting markets, like, we're going to be having this conversation 10 times until the convention. Because, like, both of them are going to be trading the lead again and again.
Yeah. I mean, like, but at this point, it seems like every new thing that is added, like, it's just a new, like, a new thing on top of the stacks of reasons why, you know, Biden might drop out. Like, she was in the lead in the past. It seemed like Biden, it seems like, the assassination attempt and the RNC kind of moved the media away from him, and then it comes right back. And media attention can seriously harm his campaign. Even if he does stay in the race, this could dissuade him simply just because, you know, the media is making the Democratic Party seem disunited here and making it seem like he is going to be replaced. So if he does not, that could actually negatively impact him in the election. You know, people want a, like, strong leader, not someone who's on the verge of dropping out. And if they're just listening to the media, they're going to get that image.
I think we're drastically overstating the chance that Biden drops out. I think that people are just way too reactive to these things happening. People are desperate because Biden's losing, but at the end of the day, the procedure to get him out as the nominee is so complicated, and it would be so divisive for the party since he does not want to step down, and I doubt he does it willingly. That, like, for even marginal gain, like, oh, Kamala Harris gets Pennsylvania to be like a point bluer, she still loses it, and she still loses the election. Like, I just don't see a reason why they'll replace him and risk infuriating the 4 or 5 million people who voted for Biden. But who knows?
Yeah, I mean, that's valid. At this point, though, it seems like he's kind of filled with, like, this, like, egotistical delusion that he can still win this election. And that's not to say that anyone else could win the election. He's just saying, like, I remember he said that I'll drop out if my advisors tell me that I cannot win. And frankly, he cannot win. I think it's just his like ego making him stay in the race, and that is costing the Democratic Party. And I think, like, that's gonna make things even worse. I'm not gonna lie. And he's starting to run out of people in his like circle that are feeding into that delusion. Because more and more people are starting to tell him to reassess, which could just be the nice way of saying, hey, do you really want to do this? You know? Thoughts?
Yeah, I understand that. I don't really think there can be a conclusive answer to this question, since, like, what's going to happen is going to be decided in, like, 10 seconds when we have an announcement or not.
Yeah.
So, like, I just don't know how to assign any odds to it. Like, you could make an argument for anything here. I just think that, like, it's so up in the air that maybe there isn't a point to debating it. Maybe there's a point to watching the Republican National Convention, which is in 5 minutes.
That's true. Okay, one last quick thing. So if Kamala Harris does become the nominee, who do you think would be the best person to be her running mate?
the best,
Yeah.
like, electorally,
Yeah.
I'd say Josh Shapiro. Because, like, she's going to do better with black voters in Philly, which, like, maybe will help her a little bit. She'll do worse in the suburbs. But, like, if she has any chance, it would be she wins Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Because, like, I just don't see Harris winning Arizona. So I think Shapiro would be the best for that. The second best would be Roy Cooper. Because, like, picking off a southern state like Georgia, Arizona, maybe even North Carolina does make the map very favorable for her. But I do think Josh Shapiro would be the best VP nominee for her.
Yeah, I agree.
The problem with Roy Cooper also is a guaranteed loss for North Carolina governor, which means that the state becomes a solid red state in long term. Because if Mark Robinson takes office before November, he's nearly guaranteed to win re-election.
Yeah, basically.
I think he's going to win anyways by like 2 to 3.
Okay,
but, like,
okay.
If he's governor, he's going to win by like.
Yeah, incumbency is so key when you're the
It'd be
governor.
glorious.
Okay, buddy.
It'd be glorious. I hope she picks Roy Cooper, and
Yeah.
then she loses every state, and then Delaware flips,
So true. So
like
true.
Red Eagle said.
Definitely. So, I mean, I would probably go with Josh Shapiro as well, honestly. I'd want to go with someone who's popular in the Rust Belt and that can do well there. And I would probably go with Gretchen Whitmer, but like it's two women, and I don't think that would sell too well. I think Josh Shapiro is perfect for.
I just don't think she has any appeal to Michigan.
Gretchen Whitmer?
Michigan would be Harris's best Rust Belt state, besides for like Minnesota and Illinois. But like, you need to win either Pennsylvania or Wisconsin, preferably both. I just don't think she has any appeal to Pennsylvania. I think that if Harris is losing Michigan, she's definitely losing Pennsylvania. So you might as well not bet on holding Michigan and just go for Pennsylvania with Shapiro.
That's true. And like, if they do get Pennsylvania, it gives them so many more pathways to 270. So like, yeah, I'd probably say Josh Shapiro's probably best, because it almost like it puts them in a really, really, really good spot in Pennsylvania. And if she's already like could possibly win in Michigan, she only needs like Wisconsin or Arizona. She doesn't need both of them, which could really help. Any final thoughts?
No, I think that Daddy Trump is going to win. I gotta change my position. I do think that Biden will be replaced, but I think Kamala Harris will be replaced by Donald Trump and Vance by the American people on November 5th, 2024. MAGA Trump 2024.
Okay.
Save
Thank you guys.
America.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll see you later. I'm gonna upload my.
Subscribe to Testerisdone.
Actually, yes. Subscribe to Testerisdone. He's great. But also don't, because he might pass me in subscribers. Okay.
Oh, we're doing that anyway, kid.
Okay, bud.
That's happening anyway. Well, why not be on the winning side? Subscribe to Testerisdone, or
you'll be on the wrong
sink
side of history.
with the ship of Sammy.
Shh.
No, you'll be on the right
Sammy
side.
Talks Politics
Anyway,
is the fastest growing
video.
channel on YouTube.
I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, that's great. Can I put that in the video?
Yeah. If you want your channel to be taken down.
All right, I am going to edit that out.
You might not be taken down. We should.
Okay. I am going to see you guys in the next one.
Add that into the video.
No, I'm not gonna put that in the video. Okay. I will see you guys in the next one.
No.
Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump prediction coming out in like 2 days. See ya. Bye. Peace out. Love you.
Oh, unsubscribe.
Wear a seatbelt.